All right.
My number one is Pro Evo 2013. As I've said many times on the podcast, I'm an old school die-hard Pro Evolution Soccer fan. Was one of the first reviewers in a business. What a dick that made me sound. one of the first reviewers to say that FIFA was better when it was, and now I'd like to think that, well, I thought I'd be one of the first reviewers to go back the other way, but seemingly all the reviews come out today and everybody's raving about Pro Evo, which is great because it is absolutely fantastic. They've nailed all the stuff that they'd been messing about in the past. It has been getting better over the past couple of years. 2011 was all right. 2012 was very good with some very obvious problems, all of which have been fixed, like goalkeepers used to run out on the wrong lines, and there were some problems with passing and stuff. Inevitably, issues will arise as I play it more because that's football games. But just the magic of PES has returned with a new coat of paint. I'm glad I can talk about it properly now because I've been playing it to death, both in review code and final retail copy. And it still has the magic where every single goal feels unique, and they've had that since the very first game. And I remember goals all the time in Pro Evo. I watch them over and over again, the highlights afterwards, and look at the little animations and things. And then you go around and look at all the other players on the pitch, and every single one's reacting to the goal in a different way. Defenders are putting their hands on their head or arguing with each other, and then some of your players are like running after you, some are turning around and doing a little fist pump, some are not doing anything. Their little smiles change, there's veins in their necks, like the detail's ridiculous. There's little stuff like that. It reminds me of Halo in a weird sort of way. In Halo you can stop, can't you, in the latest ones, and just move the camera around in the theatre mode and just see all this crazy amount of detail going on. In Pro Evo you can do that as well. Just that stuff's actually been in there even when it was shit. Well, it was never shit, but even when it wasn't very good, and having all that stuff with the game engine that's back to what it should be is just awesome news. Still some classic PES stuff going on at the moment. When I turn it on, it tells me my version of PES is out of date and I need to update it, but there's no way of updating it. Which is great. I'm sure there'll be an update when it comes out. But
I bet you still have to go to some menu.
Yeah, I bet.
It's like fucking. This ain't the PS2. Just do it automatically. As soon as the game starts, do it. Yeah. But you have to go to that. That'll be the same.
Yeah, but it wouldn't be Pro Evo without some of that shit.
Yeah.
But glad to see it's been getting the good press. Although, like you say, people who said it's come out of nowhere, it hasn't. And also, people are saying this year they've brought in tactical defending from FIFA. Actually, it's been in there 2 years. So, they didn't take that off FIFA. They both did it at the same time.
Yeah. I'd love to see what this one does, because it's. I'm really interested to know if places like Eurogamer, when they're writing a review and they're scoring it, I wonder if they have any, because that 9 out of 10 in Eurogamer is nice to put on the box, but it's the kind of thing that actually sways public opinion, and I wonder if they're aware of that. Always wonder.
What do you mean?
Well, FIFA is kind of like Call of Duty at the moment. It's the kind of game that the majority of people who play it, I reckon, don't play much else.
Yes, definitely.
And they treat it almost like a console, so it's not just something they enjoy, it's something they pledge their undying fucking allegiance to, which is why they're always like, PES is shit, without having played it. 7s and 8s out of 10 in magazines is the kind of thing that people dismiss, but a 9 from Eurogamer is something that will make people, even the most hardened FIFA fan, think, oh.
Yeah, I think so.
And that can, the power of that is really, really quite something. So I always wonder if, when they score a game like that, if they realise that. I think it just has a massive effect on people. But
I think so. I mean, certainly, and also just scouting the forums and the comments under reviews. I mean, people are excited about this year's Evo. I think it's going to do really well. But then the whole audience of FIFA, this huge extra audience, the Call of Duty audience, almost, a lot of them aren't even aware of video game websites and things like that. So. Yeah. FIFA will still outsell it massively, but I wouldn't be surprised if Pro Evo does almost double its numbers from last year based on this press and how good the demos are.
Yeah,
wouldn't be surprised. If only one day they could get the licenses for the Premiership teams, but I don't mind playing as Swirkle. They're my boys.
Yeah, I still remember my boy from Pro Evo 3, Von Misselroom. He's my boy. He's my special boy. It's. If you've been a fan of Pro Evo and you've stuck by it all these years, it's just a lovely present. It's like it's a great reward.
Feels like, yeah. And then next year they're on this new Fox engine, which could be. I'm sure they'll just massively fuck it up, but it could be what the series needs. But I can't see how they got the cash to I don't know. Just live in the present. Very, very good. Very excited.
Yeah, I hope their transition isn't as disastrous as it was last time from between console generations, because they did not handle that well.
No, and also I hope, because the online's not been working yet, so I hope when it does switch on, probably this Friday when the podcast comes out, I hope that the game is as good as it was last year, lag-free, loads of modes. Yeah. But that could always be a disaster, which would be a real shame. So that's what people want to play these days, isn't it? Online.
Indeed.
What you getting?
Indeed.
Sweet.
I'm interested to see, because Pro Evos, they've slowed it down quite a bit, and FIFA's like fast.
Yeah, so FIFA's well fast. Too fast for me.
Oh, I like it. I'm torn, but this year I think it's, although the final build of FIFA hasn't turned up, I think you're a winner regardless of which one you plumb for. But
yes, I don't want to break any embargoes, but you are.